Hi guys, this is my dough prep process. I pulled these out of the fridge Saturday morning. I had to put them in the fridge in the middle of the storms on Thursday night. We lost power, so I couldn't finish my bake. And these bins hold about 6 loaves worth of dough. This has changed my process completely. I was mixing 2 loaves at a time in my little KitchenAid, but I can do these by hand much faster. And then I separate them out into these after an hour of fermenting typically in those bins, but since they came out of the fridge, I had to let them come to room temperature first. And then separating them out a little more here. They're still a little stiff. This second rise, I actually split up. Typically, it's about 10 minutes or 15 minutes where I put them in a pre-shaped rolled loaf like you're seeing right now, and I'll cover them with a pan so they rise just a little bit. And then I will do my final shaping, and that will take another hour to rise. But because these were out of the fridge and cold fermented, these processes did take a little longer. And ultimately, I ended up putting them in the oven before I was happy with their proofing, just because I was on a time crunch with everything. I had, nowhere. I had a pop-up in the afternoon, and this was early morning. I wanted to bake everything and get it all cooled and ready to go by about 2 o'clock. And then we had another situation that kind of pushed things back, but I did end up getting to go to the pop-up at least. So this is the part where I do my final roll. Summit woke up, so I got him some breakfast, some of our homemade granola on cottage cheese. Okay, so this is my final rolling process. I get all the air bubbles out and I roll it up, and this is how I get my softest loaves. I discovered this method probably 4 or 5 months ago, and it's been the best. Even if I don't have time to fully proof, this bread turns out soft and not dense. It did split where I had like creases and rolls and stuff when it baked, so that's, you'll see as I put a video at the end of this that I did the double pan method so that it would kind of slow that down from happening, but it still did happen. And these are my cinnamon raisin swirl loaves. I measure chocolate chips and raisins with my heart, as should you. So this was this was a 12 loaf bake. This was my biggest bake today, and even though they didn't come out exactly how I like them, probably my most successful cold fermentation bake.